So we were pitching this to a publisher. Actually, this project started because a publisher actually reached out to me and said, "Can you do something on exorcism?" And I said, "Yeah, I have this idea for this book about horror movies." And they said, "Well, that's just stupid. People know the difference between movies and real life." So we went and published it somewhere else, right? People do know the difference between movies and real life. There's this famous legend, Lumiere brothers. There's a video you can find on YouTube called "The Arrival of a Train." Right. The legend is that was one of the first movies ever shown to the public. The legend is that when people saw that, they ran away from the train because they thought they were going to be run over. It's not true. People have always known the difference between movies and real life. Okay. So that's not what's going on. What is going on though is there's a great book on this called Flicker, which is written by a neuroscientist about how movies affect the brain. And he said that movies create they are models of things that could happen, right? And so when you are out in the real world and you need information, your brain will just sort of dump everything that it has, right? And the brain is very good at retaining information. It's not good at retaining the source or where it got that information. So on a practical, like you've probably been in all kinds of real life situations where you're trying to figure out what to do and someone says, "Isn't that just in movies?" Right? Or I think police only do that in the movies or something like this, right? So we can imagine if, there's this unidentified noise in your house at 3 in the morning and you've watched a lot of horror movies, that could become the model through which you begin to think about what could be going on, right? So this is one way of that the movies can kind of shape the way we see reality. They also did experiments where they would give people accurate descriptions of a historical event, and then they would show them a movie like The Patriot, where it's this very kind of romanticized version of the same event, and they give them a quiz. So that's that, and there's also something called the sleeper effect. So the longer ago you saw the movie, the more you don't remember where you got these ideas from, right? And the more it kind of affects the way that you see the world.